Hello and welcome to the Aunty Lisa show. Today we've got a good selection, which is camping at Jurassic Park, Captain Barnacles, a spaceship, I don't know how to say his name, Lucy, the Ghostbusters, and a robot. Let me begin. One day, Aunty Lisa, Aleksander and Kristoffer decided to go camping at Jurassic Park, which sounds like an awesome idea for a fun time. So, they packed their bags with their tents and their toilet, just in case they need to have a toilet, and some snacks and all the kind of stuff you need when you go camping, like a torch, very important. Anyway, so they arrived at Jurassic Park, which is the same place, by the way, as Jurassic World. They just reinvented it, I believe, for the second feature film. Anyway, it's on the same island, is it? I don't know. Anywho, Aunty Lisa has no sense of direction, so it won't have made any difference. All she did was book a ticket to get them to Jurassic Park, and that's where they went, and all was well. They arrived in good time, plenty of daylight left, and pitched their tent. And oh, what a tent it was. It was the most gloriously big and wonderful tent that you've ever seen. And it had super comfy air beds in it too, which was good because you always want to be comfy at night. Anyway, they had invited along their good friend Lucy and obviously the kids, which is Edith, Agnes and the other one. Edna? It's not Edna. Edith, Agnes, someone else. Aleksander will know. Probably Kristoffer will know too. Anyway, so they all piled into the tent and they were like, woohoo, we're camping at Jurassic Park. What animal are we going to go and see first? So off they went to go and visit all of the dinosaurs and tuck them all into bed for nighttime. Not literally, just, wave at them night. So they went to see the T-Rex and he was already snoring. And they went to see the Stegosauruses, and they were just having their tea. And they went to see the Brachiosauruses, and they were eating the leaves in the highest trees. And they looked super sleepy. Anyway, they went round all of them, and they settled down around the campfire to sing some songs and eat some dinner under a starlit sky. And it was just when they were looking at the stars in the beautiful starry sky that they noticed something strange. And it went zoom, zoom, across the night sky. Aleksander went, wow, that must be a shooting star. And Kristoffer said, yeah, let's make a wish. Aunty Lisa said, what are you wishing for, Kristoffer? And Kristoffer said, I cannot possibly tell you, Aunty Lisa. It was a shooting star. You'll make it not come true. But then something else happened. Something hurtled out of the sky. And crash landed just meters away from their tent and their campfire. And everyone went, what was that? And it was a space rocket. Crash landed in Jurassic Park, of all the places to crash land. Disaster was about to strike because as it zoomed across the ground, it went straight through one of the fences of the enclosures. It went through the fence of the Stegosauruses. Whew. You would be super relieved if it's just gone through the fence of the Stegosauruses, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you just? Well, You shouldn't be, because they're very, very dangerous. Probably not as dangerous as T-Rex, but who can say? With those phagomisers on the ends of their tails, they are pretty super dangerous, actually. And the Stegosauruses had the biggest fright of their entire prehistoric lives. And they started charging around their enclosure. And as soon as they found the great big gaping hole in the outside of it, they zoomed out of it and started trashing the place. They were whacking all the trees with their tails, and they absolutely demolished the tent. Aunty Lisa was gutted, because Aunty Lisa loves camping, but she only really likes camping in a tent when it's, going to rain and stuff. She doesn't want to be out of a tent and have all of her clothes and everything spread chaotically over the campsite, and the toilet knocked over, and the campfire demolished. She was not happy at all. Aleksander and Kristoffer thought it was amazing, and so did Edith, Agnes, and the other one. Lucy was like, oh my goodness, Aunty Lisa, what are we going to do? We've got to get the children to safety. Well, the children had already taken themselves off to safety. They ditched the grown-ups. They didn't give a hoot. They climbed the nearest, biggest tree they could find, and were just going, da 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 da, you can't catch us, to the Stegosauruses, which was rude. You should never taunt a Stegosaurus. Aunty Lisa told them so. And so did Lucy, after she pointed out that they should not have ditched the grown-ups and left them on the ground to deal with the Stegosauruses. Well, anyway, they all climbed up into the tree together, as high as they possibly could, while the Stegosauruses went on the rampage around the rest of Jurassic Park. And they looked over to where the space rocket had crash-landed in the enclosure. And they were like, can you see any signs of life? Looks a little bit worrying to me. Aunty Lisa has seen many an interesting thing come out of a spaceship, but she was not prepared for what came out of this spaceship. It was a robot. Clunk, clunk, clunk. And it had laser eyes. And do you know what made it even scarier? It was a zombie robot. Undead robot. You didn't even think that existed, did you? Well, it does. It's a thing. It was a zombie robot. Aunty Lisa was like, it's a zombie robot. Maybe it wants to eat our brains. Lucy went, oh no, I like my brain inside my head. And Agnes and Edith and Aleksander and Kristoffer and the other one were all just laughing. And they said, hey, why are you laughing? What if the zombie robot wants to eat our brains? Aleksander explained, Aunty Lisa and Lucy, you're so silly. Because, as you know, zombie robots do not eat brains. They eat engines and motors. Obviously. And all the other kids went, obviously. We're in no danger because we're not machines. Well, Aunty Lisa and Lucy breathed a sigh of relief. At least the zombie robot wasn't going to try and eat them. Probably not anyway. Of course, the Stegosauruses were still on the rampage. That was one more problem. Well, the zombie robot started clunking about. Engines. Give me engines. That's what it was doing. Aunty Lisa, in a moment of horror, realised she'd parked her car nearby. No, but I really like my car. Oh no, said Aunty Lisa. She couldn't look. Oh no, the zombie robot. It pressed off the top of the car like one big banana peel of a car and ate the engine. Everybody laughed, apart from Aunty Lisa, who was really upset because She liked her car. It was good from getting one place to another. That's the whole thing of cars. And it had fold-down seats that you can put loads of stuff in. Anyway, she was well upset. But, of course, the zombie robot was not full. And he carried on. And he gobbled his way through 5 Jurassic Park vehicles. Well, their engines at any rate. And he kept going. And as he went, weirdly, for a robot, which you wouldn't think could happen, he started to grow and grow. And everyone was like, what? That robot is getting bigger and bigger. What if he gets to the city and starts demolishing the place and takes over? We've got to warn people. Oh, no. Well, it was at that point that they got a phone call. Okay. So, Kristoffer answered it on his iPad. It was a FaceTime. Beep, beep, beep. Hello, he said. And who should be there but Captain Barnacles? Oh, hello, said Captain Barnacles. Nice to see you, Kristoffer. Kristoffer said, you called me. Of course you want to see me. Captain Barnacles, oh, yes, of course I did. Did you see something fly out of the sky earlier? We were concerned it might have crash-landed near where you are. Quasi was in the background going, that's right. We thought it might crash land on your camping site. Are you guys okay? Ahoy there. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, yeah, we're fine. But there is a zombie robot has come out of the space rocket that crash landed. And also the stegosauruses are on the loose. Okay? I'm not sure how much help you can be from the sea. But if you could keep a lookout with that periscope of yours and it sticks out the top of the ocean, that would be great. Let us know if you see anything. Will do, said Captain Barnacles. Ahoy there, me hearties. We'll be looking out for ye, said Quasi. Okay, bye-bye, said Aleksander and Kristoffer. And they went. So it was a little cameo for them. Anyway, they needed some help. Who are you going to call when you've got a zombie robot on the loose? I'll tell you who you're going to call. You're going to call the Ghostbusters! And I want to sing the A-Team theme, but that's not quite. Ghostbusters! Because there was something strange in the neighbourhood. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Luckily, Aleksander has the Ghostbusters on his contacts list. So he FaceTimed Egon Spengler. And Egon appeared on the screen. Hello, said Aleksander. And Egon said, affirmative. How are you guys doing? What brings you to call me up? Wait a second, isn't it like... Whoa, it's midnight. You should be in bed, Aleksander and Kristoffer. And who's that in the background? Edith? Margot, Edith and Agnes. That's her name. I remembered it now. Oh, hello there, Lucy, said Egon Spengler. He knows everybody. He's a famous guy. Aleksander and Kristoffer explained. There is a zombie robot on the loose. It's heading towards the city. You guys have got to be prepared. Do you think you can stop it? Wow. Egon said, a zombie robot? Do they even exist? I don't think so. I've never heard of a zombie robot. Well, I suppose if you had the right constituting parts, maybe a zombie robot. Very interesting indeed. I'd love to study it. Aunty Lisa said, well, you're going to get the chance. He's on his way to you. And he's eating all of the motors of any vehicle he finds. And it's making him get bigger and bigger and bigger and even more scary. We're just glad he's left here, frankly. Egon said, don't worry. Leave it to us. We will sort it out. We are the Ghostbusters. Well, bye-bye, said everybody. And they thought, well, it's probably time we climb back out of this tree. The stegosauruses are long gone. Hopefully they found a nice patch of dandelions, which is probably what a stegosaurus would think is its favourite food. Well, they climbed down carefully and landed on the ground to survey the scene of carnage that was their campsite. They went, oh no, they've stomped on all the snacks. All of the snacks have been stomped on. All the marshmallows that they were going to roast over the fire were smushed everywhere. Once again, Aunty Lisa was gutted. Frankly, so was everybody else at this point. So they decided to head towards civilization. But they couldn't go in the car, so they had to walk. And they walked and they walked and they walked and they walked and they walked. Aleksander's legs got really bored. And so did Kristoffer's and Margot and Edith and Agnes's. And Aunty Lisa and Lucy said, no, we're not giving you piggybacks, you two. You laughed at us when we didn't know what a zombie robot was. And that was mean. Anyway, then no piggybacks were had. And they stomped and they stomped and they stomped and they stomped. And they kept looking and looking for a shop that might sell some snacks. It was a bit late in the day, but some shops are open really late at night. They left Jurassic Park. And they stopped and they said, I wonder where those stegosauruses have got to. It's odd that we've not heard anything more about them and no one's called us up. Probably should have let someone know. So, anyway, as luck would have it, they found the stegosauruses and they were sat eating away at the biggest patch of dandelions and grass you've ever seen. It was huge. They were in their happiest ever moment. And they were lounging and relaxing. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, look at how happy the stegosauruses are with that lovely patch of dandelions. It's nice to see how happy they are. Well, the calm was shattered because moments later the zombie robot appeared. And the stegosauruses started going crazy. Their peace had been destroyed again. They've just been enjoying eating all those dandelions and they looked up and there's a zombie robot. Well, they started thrashing their tails like at the zombie robot and the zombie robot was like ah, and it started to stagger a little bit and the stegosaurus was like and Aleksander and Kristoffer were like go get him, and so was Edith, Margot and Agnes. That zombie robot was having a bad time. And its time was about to get worse. Because who should zoom round the corner? In their ex-fire car. Was it police car? Regardless. Who should zoom round the corner? The Ghostbusters! And they leapt out. And they went, cross the streams. You said never cross the streams, but they did it anyway because it's the only way to take down something as big as a zombie robot. And so Egon and Winston and the other Pete, Venkman, all right, there they were. Everyone was starstruck because the Ghostbusters are super famous and extremely cool. And it went, it took all of their strength. And they went, quick, shoot out the ghost catching thing. And Aunty Lisa went, what? Where is it? Aleksander and Kristoffer were quicker than her. They threw it out just in the nick of time. The ghost that was inside the zombie robot, making it a zombie, stay with me, went, and it was the ghost of a robot. Weird. Was locked inside the box and everyone went whew, and the robot went and then for good measure, because they're a spiteful breed, the stegosauruses whacked it some more with their phagomizers and the robot got smashed to smithereens and everyone went hooray, the zombie robot is gone, whoop whoop. What a day that had been. Stegosauruses, of course, had no intention of going back to their enclosure and they stomped off to find more dandelions. And you know what? Aunty Lisa thought, let them have their little night of freedom. They should be able to enjoy themselves. But she did let the people of the Jurassic Park know where the stegosauruses were. And they said they'd keep an eye on them. Anyway. So, the zombie robot had been defeated and smushed. And now it was time to relax. And so what they did was they all went to the beach. Because obviously their camp had been destroyed. And the Ghostbusters said, hey, do you know what? We've got some snacks in our car. How about we all sit on the beach round a fire and have some snacks? And Aunty Lisa said, that would be the best thing ever. Do you also have tea? And they said, yes. And so she called up Quasi and the Captain Barnacles and the rest of the Octonauts, because, you know, they were in the story too. And Lucy and Margot and Edith and Agnes and Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa and all of the Ghostbusters all sat on the beach looking at the starry sky, eating snacks and drinking tea around a campfire and singing lovely songs. And had the best time ever. And that is the end of the story. Night night. Love you.